Ooh, ooh, oh, so many oopsies, so little time. Oh my god, we need to talk about this. Let's get into it. So, I'm gonna be honest. I really had to push myself to do this, to do Darkstalker. After I finished up, this one, it kind of took something out of me. Just go over there, Peril. The part with Scarlet dying. Like, my sister even came to me after I posted the review and was just like, Mike, I'm sorry for you. She's like, I am sad for you. I know how much you love that character. I'm like, yeah. She's like, I can't believe your baby girl is dead. I'm just like, yeah, she died. Oh, and it hurt. So, I went into Darkstalker, and I'm glad that I did. And we're going to talk about it. So, right now I'm actually jumping into this one, which might be a bad idea because the graphic novel version of book 2 is coming out literally in 2 days, or depending when you see this, maybe one day. I don't know if I'll post this tonight or tomorrow. So, Wings of Fire Legends Darkstalker is what happened with Darkstalker, what he talks about a little bit in book 6, what's mentioned about him, how he was stopped and everything, and how he was this terrifying, scary dragon. This is his book. So, we actually follow, from my surprise actually, 3 characters in this. It's not just strictly Darkstalker's perspective, which I did not expect. I thought the whole book was just going to be his perspective. But holy shit, this book was actually like, I mean, one of my buddies on Telegram said that they cried a lot while reading it. I never found it particularly sad. I found it very entertaining, yes, because this book is not afraid to pull any punches. From the moment it starts off, kind of cute. It gives you this false sense of security, because oh boy, this book goes there. It starts off with Darkstalker's parents, how they met, and it's this really cute thing of them talking and everything, and then we go to Darkstalker's birth and everything, and then we cut to a character named Fathom, who we've heard about before, and oh, it turns out he's an animus. Whoa, this is crazy. So, his grandpa, Albatross, who we've heard about, is gonna start teaching him how to use his power and what they're working on. Oh boy, this goes south. We're gonna talk about that. Oh my god. So yeah, we meet the character of Albatross, and at first he's kind of nice. He doesn't really... He's a little bit bossy, kind of a grumpy character, but he's not all that bad. Ooh, but when he tells Fathom about the first time he discovered his animus powers, oh, wow. Apparently, when he was a little kid, he was playing with the shell. Just regular little shell that you find on the beach. And pretending it was like a monster or something, it's doing little kid stuff. His sisters came over. One of his sisters is now the queen, remember that. And one of his sisters starts messing with him, starts making fun of him and everything, like the typical kind of like little, being an asshole to your sibling for no reason kind of thing going on. And he said that, he was just kind of pissed off at her. She tried to grab the shell, and for some reason, something told him to tell the shell, bite all of her claws off. Now, if you know what animus magic does, it'll do it. Whatever the hell you tell something to do, it'll do it. He said, what does he say? Something like it took how many days, she wouldn't stop screaming or something like that, and there was blood everywhere. Like, oh my god. Oh my god. The way that this book starts out. Holy shit. And it just gets worse from here. We're also introduced to characters. The other character. I can't speak. The other character we are introduced to, Clearsight. At first, I found her annoying. I'm going to be completely honest. I really found her annoying. She's way too over, freaking out over every little thing and everything like that. I found her a little bit annoying at first, but then I started to really sit in her shoes and be like, yeah, I think if I could see every single future, then, yeah, I would probably have some of her. I'd probably have the same anxiety as her if I could see every possible outcome of every situation, everything that I did. We also, jump back. There's a lot of jump cuts here and there. We get to see Darkstalker while he's being born, rather while he's being hatched, and then we jump later, and his family situation really isn't the best. It's not the most healthy thing to come home to. Then suddenly, he is told to meet this guy in a parking lot at 1 a.m. who's built a time machine out of a DeLorean. Wait, no, wrong story, Mike. I'm so sorry for making that joke, for fucking referencing Back to the Future. I don't know why I did that. Anyway, we keep jumping back between characters, which is actually really interesting. So, I want to go back to Albatross because this scene, I think I literally screamed after it happened. The Sea Wing Queen, who is Albatross's sister, is throwing this huge party. And, Albatross has been showing Fathom how to use his magic and everything, and he's been enchanting things. Now, it's said that the more you use your animus magic, it takes something from you. It hurts you, in a way. You lose who you are. That water bottle just scared the shit out of me. And the queen's just like, yeah, we've heard that it takes some of your soul. Albatross has been missing from this party that she's been throwing for everyone. And he pops out and he just goes, that's of course implying that you have a soul to begin with. And she starts getting really pissed off at him. She's just like, you really think I'm going to forgive you for everything? You're mine forever. I'm going to, torture you. So he's been forced to use his animus powers. Even though he doesn't want to, he has to because his sister's, the queen and everything. I feel kind of bad for him, actually. Then suddenly, out of nowhere, a knife just goes whoosh, right in her neck, right in the queen's neck, and then just slices almost her head clean off. And he's just like, everyone starts freaking out. Everyone just starts getting murdered. Albatross is just going on this rampage, just killing everyone. And Fathom and his friend Indigo are just like, I'm skipping a lot of things because I really want people to read this one because this one's actually really good. But there's some things I want to talk about, definitely. But we get to, we leave that chapter to go back to Darkstalker, I believe. But when we come back, we get the scene. Actually, I think I have a quote right over here. I'm going to actually grab it. So, Fathom and Indigo went basically to go hide, and they're hiding under a boat, basically, and they're far away from Albatross. They just hear screaming constantly. Just so many dragons screaming of everything that's happening. Then suddenly, it's just dead silent. And they're like, what the fuck? What is happening? It's the fucking creepiest thing ever. It's like fucking Jason Voorhees or some shit. Actually, I think it's worse. And he's just like, they're just like, what, should we go investigate? What the hell's happening? Suddenly, someone's coming. They hear, Albatross just be like, grandson. I have the quote right here. Hang on, I wrote this shit down. You know I could have easily killed you from a distance. It would barely take a thought. But you've been such a thorn in my side the last few years. Every chance she got. I don't really need you anymore. Perhaps Fathom will be better at this than you are. You're so expendable now that I have a replacement. What a pathetic creature you are, little brother. Your tiny teeth and oddly colored scales. Fathom is so much more presentable than you are. So no, I couldn't dispose of you from afar. That wouldn't be satisfying at all. I want to see your face as you die. Oh my god, when that happened, I was like, yo, I literally went, what? Like, yo, I, I fucking freaked out when that happened. I was just like, what? Did he really just say that? Yo, I thought you were my boy. Oh my god. That part, that quote is amazing. I can see why that's like on like the top of the wiki page. I was just like, holy shit, he really just said that. So Albatross dies, obviously, which was a pretty epic battle. Holy shit, that part was fucking amazing. But basically, Fathom is told that, hey, the Nightwings have an animus that's not winter, wow, Arctic, because Arctic is Darkstalker's dad, and Arctic is an animus. He didn't know that Darkstalker was an animus until he did an oopsie, and his dad walked in and saw him basically using it to make a scroll read to them, which was pretty cool. So he's assigned to go there and basically stop this other animus dragon. Whew. So right from the get-go, I was just like, okay, Darkstalker meeting Clearsight. This was actually kind of funny. I like when he actually, like, apparently she saw him first and he saw her. I just picture like this little nerdy dragon, like Darkstalker just being like that's her. Because apparently he waves to her at first. I thought that was kind of cute. I kind of picture that. One of the funniest things is when Darkstalker's sister accidentally like interrupts someone's game. They get pissed off at her, and Darkstalker stops them from like escalating the situation. Clearsight's just like, okay, that couldn't have been more planned by you. What's next? There's gonna be fireworks, and he's like, unless you don't like fireworks. I thought it'd be hilarious if fireworks just went off in the background as he said that. That would have been the funniest fucking thing ever, but it doesn't happen. Oh my god. That part had me die. See, this book throws you into a sense of security here, a false sense of security where you're just like, okay, you know, everything's fine. Then suddenly it freight trains you from the side and you're like, oh, what the fuck was that? Because, like, this book is not afraid to go there, and it does. Holy shit, this book gets dark. Literally, because Darkstalker. Anyway, well, that's homie's name. So, he does meet Fathom and everything, and, you know, they really do start getting along, and he starts telling him, you know, being careful about your animus power and everything. Darkstalker had a really good idea. Hey, I have a scroll here I put all my powers into, so it's not going to affect me. He starts going overboard with this. I like that you see things from every single character's perspective here. In Darkstalker's version, in his perspective, what he's doing, he doesn't see anything wrong with anything he's doing. He thinks that he's doing this to help everyone, and there's like one scene, like, I was just like, oh shit, he's starting to get a little bit crazy. When Indigo, you know, tries to kill him when he meets, threatens to kill him actually, when he meets Fathom for the first time. She like holds a blade to his throat and everything, and she's just like, you know, we need to kill him right now. He's the most dangerous dragon right now. He could see the future. He's a mind reader and he has these powers. We have to kill him. And, you know, they finally get both characters to kind of calm down. Darkstalker is kind of just like, you know, don't worry about it. You know, you're just kind of, you know, you're jumpy. I get it. I think Indigo thinks like, I hope I didn't just make a really powerful enemy. And he's just like, oh, yes, you did. Like, oh my god. When I read that, I was just like, oh, well, she's dead. I was like, well, she's screwed. She might as well start running while she can. Though, surprisingly, Darkstalker doesn't kill her, actually. What he does to her is weird, to say the least. Yeah, I don't know why, or... I mean, I get it, but, like, still kind of weird. But anyway, basically, him and Clearsight, I will say that, I didn't get how him and Clearsight knew each other from the get-go. They don't really explain that. She said that she's been seeing visions of him, okay, but that would imply that she had met him before, so she would see visions of him shaping her future. But before, she hadn't met him before, so how is she having visions of him when she never met him before? So, therefore, he wouldn't be able to shape her future if they never met. I don't get this part. It might be something that I'm really missing here. I don't get it. I don't get the whole, this is, they are like destined to meet each other kind of thing. I don't really understand it. I might have to reread it. I'm not 100% sure, but I just didn't really get that part where they're just like, where she's just like, I've seen him before and everything. And I'm just like, how have you seen him? You've never even left to go look at him or anything. You've never talked to him once. I didn't get that part, but that's, I'll have to go back. I might have missed something. I know that they're called soulmates, but again, like, how does this work? They don't really explain it. That was just kind of a little nitpick that I had. I was just like, how the fuck does this happen? So, wow, I did not expect the twist that happened in this story. Holy shit. So I need to keep talking about Arctic and Clearsight, Arctic and Foeslayer, his mom, Darkstalker's mom, how they don't really have the best relationship. They really need to go on Dr. Phil or something. This dude really got a letter from the Icewing Queen saying, hey, kill your kids and you can come back. Everything will be fine. And he's just like, yeah, I got this, so, don't screw with me. I'm not afraid to do it. Oh my god. Jesus, dude. Do you have no chill at all? Arctic had no chill in this book. This dude was fucking crazy. This dude was like I know that Icewings are like assholes, but this dude was like above being an asshole. He was just like, I'm just like, can Darkstalker just kick the shit out of you already? I don't like you. I really wanted him to beat him up, but he never did. He did something way worse. Oh my god. Now, I had known about what he does to him before I read this book. I didn't know he did it in front of a whole crowd. Oh my god, Darkstalker, you're a savage. Oh my god. Whew. Yo, I had no idea he calls a whole bunch of people, hey, everyone, watch this. Oh my god, dude. Why? Oh my god. Fucking savage, dude. I don't even think Scarlet would do that. Jesus, man. So the entire book really focuses about Fathom, Darkstalker, and Clearsight and how their relationship is really growing and everything. Fathom is the character that I think I felt the worst for in this entire book. He has very, 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 very bad survivor guilt. I think him and Indigo definitely had very bad survivor guilt. He sees himself as this big piece of shit. People in the Sea Wing Kingdom see him as this piece of shit. When he goes to just go see his sister, who's the queen, guards point spears at him, and they're just like, back off, Animus. Like, they treat him like this piece of shit. Like, he's just like, I'm sorry. Even though he hasn't even used his power. He barely used it. He only used it for, like, one thing, I think, which was to make a sculpture become real, just for his friend Indigo. That is literally all he did. But people treat him like he's, like, this big piece of shit. Oh my god, I felt so bad for him. He's so guilt-ridden. He's just like, I'm a fucking piece of shit because of what I am. I feel so bad. I think I felt more for him than I ever did for Peril. I didn't really care about her and her fire skills, so they caused her anything. This, I think, is way worse. But it really focuses on Darkstalker. When he meets Fathom, he's really trying to make him happy. He's trying to make him be okay with his trauma, trying to be like, you're gonna be alright. You know, I want to be your friend, I want to help you. Remember this, because he does the same thing with Clearsight. This is really, really important. He's giving them gifts and everything. We get to see the iconic Dream Visitor get made. Still not sure how Scarlet got one. They never said that. I need to stop saying her name because it's making me upset that she's gone. Anyway. He constantly gives people gifts and everything, and I'm just like, hey, you know, he's the homie, okay? I like this dude. He's really cool. Oh my god, things get intense. I can't with this. So Darkstalker really starts experimenting with his magic. And he's just like, okay, so Indigo tried to kill me, but I didn't have my scroll with me. That's a problem. If she tries this again, I got it. I'll make myself have impenetrable scales so that nothing can kill me. This is nuts. Because homie pulls out a knife after he does it and tries to cut himself and everything, and it does nothing. There's literally nothing. This is important because someone fucking sent an assassin after him. And they literally got a spear and, like, jammed it into Darkstalker, but the thing went flying because it literally could not get through his freaking chest to, you know, pierce him right through and fucking make him into a shish kebab, which obviously didn't happen because his scales are impenetrable. Holy shit, that scene was intense. I like that, I need to bring up some other stuff about, like, Clearsight and everything. I like that she becomes, like, the Queen's top seer. And what's her name? All-Knowing, which is like, oh, god damn it, now I'm out of a job and everything. Like, I thought that was kind of funny. I'm just like, ha, you made fun of Clearsight before, now she's above you. Like, that was kind of a little cathartic moment and everything. Again, Fathom was the character I really felt the worst for because he's just like such this guilt-ridden character. I'm trying to think more of what to talk about. Him and Indigo were basically in love. He didn't really know it, but yeah, she basically had a crush on him. He had a crush on her, and they weren't allowed to date, but now they're in a situation where they have to be together, even though he wasn't allowed to talk to her for how long. Now she's like his guard and everything. So him and Indigo are really good friends, and they can't be in love, so I really felt bad about them there. I'm just like, well, they didn't really ask for this. This is just kind of something that, you know, Albatross really screwed them over with this. I really felt bad there. But I am glad that it did kind of work out happily at the end after that. I will say that there. But oh My God, I was not expecting the twist that happened here. First of all, I need to say that Foe Slayer, I know she's going to come back. Well, obviously, she was in book 6. So she is alive, even though in this book, it really makes it seem like she's dead. Like, I don't know what the hell happened to her. She went towards the Ice Kingdom. I think she got captured by a bunch of Ice Wings. But she's alive. I know that. I know for a fact that she is alive. So yeah, she had a massive fight with Arctic and wound up running away and getting herself captured. What I actually thought, and this wasn't actually the case, I thought Arctic sold her out or something like that and betrayed her. But this isn't the case, actually. I believe she went on her own. Yeah. That's what I thought. I thought the big twist that was going to happen was that Arctic is the one that told the Ice Wings where to get her and everything, and no, that's not the case at all. So I was wrong. I do have to say about this book, it does have a lot of moments that are actually genuinely funny. So if you are worried that this book is just going to be nothing but, you know, dark and depressing stuff, it has a lot of things to ease the tension. So I will say that it is very, very easy to get through. It's not like you're gonna want to kill yourself after reading it. Don't do that. Don't ever do that. But it's not a super depressing book like I've been made to believe, because I've been told how many times by people that they cried while reading this book, and I can't imagine why. I never found it really particularly that sad, in my opinion. It is definitely upsetting, yes, but I mean, you're talking about me. Okay, I died. I died. I cried when Scarlet died. I mean, so you're going from my perspective here. So take it with a grain of salt. So I need to talk about this twist, because this twist was absolutely fucking crazy, absolutely insane. I could not believe that this happened. So the queen has her old seer there. This is where shit hit the fan. Her old seer, which is All-Knowing, who Clearsight replaced. Clearsight has been seeing basically less bad visions, and she's been getting more happy and everything. She's been feeling a lot better, because normally she's a nervous wreck. She's completely, no, I can't do this because this will happen, and if this happens, then, you know, I'll have this happen to me, or this will happen and this will lead to everyone's death. But gradually throughout this stops. This comes less often. And I forgot to mention before, the queen found out that Darkstalker was an animus, and they start talking about battle strategies, what they're going to do. They put up a huge shield that kills Ice Wings immediately, so that they can't be invaded. I forgot about that little thing. And the queen starts talking to All-Knowing, and she's just like, have you had any visions about your boyfriend? And she's just like, yeah, but nothing really bad. She's just like, oh yeah, that's because you've been, you know, so enchanted by him that you can't even see any of the bad outcomes. And then it suddenly hits her. She's like, enchanted by... Wait a second. And she realizes the earrings that she has from Darkstalker. Hold on a second. I apologize for that. The wind outside is so intense it just made some shit go flying by the window. It is windy like crazy outside right now. And once she takes it off, all the visions, all the bad stuff just comes flying back to her, and she sees like all the bad stuff, like Darkstalker being this evil tyrant, just killing everything for fun, and just having like, just being like a massive dick, killing the queen and everything, because the queen said that her other seer had a vision about Darkstalker being this problem. This is why this problem came up. I forgot to mention that. And now she sees it too. So now Clearsight knows that Darkstalker did this to her, to where she was going to be more happy because those visions, those more bad visions, would be further away from her. It'd be harder for her to see those. And that was the enchantment on those earrings. When I read that, I was like, what? He really did this? There's like a scene later on where they discover, like, Fathom discovers all the enchantments that Darkstalker was doing. One was, like, to tell him whenever Fathom was upset and everything. And here's the thing that I'm kind of confused about. Does Darkstalker actually care about his friends? I don't know if he really does, or if he's just being manipulative. If he just is using them for something. Because holy shit, I did not see this coming. Like, I was like, are you kidding me? The homie freaking put a spell on you? Granted, it's not really that bad. It's just trying to make her happier. But at the same time, like, she needs to know these things because of her job and everything. Her job is to know when something bad is going to happen. So Darkstalker is really screwing her over there. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about the homie right now. So basically, now everyone is out to kill Darkstalker. Well, the queen is basically out to kill Darkstalker after that part. I'm gonna get a little bit away from that because that's closer to like the end of the book, or I think part 3 of the book. If there's some parts I could say that I really didn't care too much about, it's definitely Clearsight's parts with her friends. I never found them particularly too interesting. They're just okay, I guess. Like, the whole part when they were freeing the scavengers and everything, I didn't really care too much about. I was just like, well, this is kind of quirky and kind of funny, but I wasn't really too into her friends' characters. In fact, they're so forgettable to me, I can't even remember what the hell her friend's name was. I remember the character known as Thoughtful that they were interested in. I can't remember her name off the top of my head. It's screwing with me. But whatever. That's just a minor nitpick that I had with it. Again, I'm really interested. I really want to know if Darkstalker genuinely cared about Fathom and everyone, or if he was just using them, because it really seems that way. That he was just trying to get on their good side and make them, maybe he did really care about Clearsight, but Fathom, I wasn't 100% sure on, because he's just like, I'll make him really happy, and once he has something to live for, I'll get rid of Indigo. And I'm just like, okay, but that's one of his friends, and if you're getting rid of one of his friends, he's not going to be particularly happy about that, and you're kind of betraying your friend by doing that. But okay, I'm not sure if he would... I don't know, it's kind of weird. I don't know if Fathom... I don't know if Darkstalker really cared about Fathom in that way, because he has an enchantment that lets him know whenever Fathom is upset or is feeling lonely. I don't know if this was just to get him to trust him all the time, to be like, hey, I'm a good friend, I'm always there for you, just to get him to trust him more, but I'm not 100% sure. They don't really explain it. I think it's really left up to interpretation if he really cares or not. I'm not sure. I'm going to be completely honest. I really don't know. Clearsight, I think he definitely really cared about. because he really wanted to have a future with her. But later on, I don't know if that's the case. Because he says, like, maybe I'll have to be king without a queen next to me. Like, he doesn't really, like, seem upset by that. So I don't know. There's the big question lingering saying, and I've heard people ask me when, I mean, I've not heard, I've read people, because people have asked me, because I said that I was starting Darkstalker, and then when I said that I finished it, they asked me, oh, do you think that he's evil or not? I guess the question is yes and no. I really don't know. I think he's definitely super manipulative and everything, and he knows how to get into people's like heads and everything, literally, because he's a mind reader. But I don't know. I would say yes, but I think that would piss off so many people. So I'm gonna say no, or maybe. Is it safe for me to say if Darkstalker is evil or not? I don't know if he is. I've started reading book 9 already, and he doesn't seem that hostile towards the main characters. I mean, Peril just attacked him, and he was just like, yeah, get off of me. Yeah, it's not going to happen. I need to stop talking about 9, because I'm starting that one. That's going to be cool. But I don't know if Darkstalker is evil or not. Okay, I'm not smart enough for that. Anyway, let's get back on track here. What happens to Arctic now? So the Queen wants to kill Darkstalker, by the way. Darkstalker had the assassin come after him. The assassin failed and was killed, and Darkstalker needed to find out who exactly did that. And we don't know who it is, because she's just like, now I know who to punish for this. And I'm just like, okay, was it Arctic? It wasn't him. It was the Queen, and I did not expect that. But holy shit. He's gonna go after her and everything, and Clearsight's just like, no, you can't. Arctic took your sister. I liked Darkstalker's sister. She's just fucking weird. She's just like one of the weirdest characters ever. I mean, she's kind of adorable, but at the same time, she's just weird. She's more Icewing than Darkstalker is. Darkstalker actually, this is brought up to him because Clearsight was just like, what part of you is Icewing? You look like a full Nightwing. And he just goes, oh, I've been asked this question before by my dad a lot. Only you made it much nicer than how he puts it. I could imagine. But he has like scales on him. I think they're below his wings, they said. And those are the Icewing scales. Clearsight even says like, oh, they're cold. And he's just like, yeah, it's weird. I like that quote when he's just like, yeah, it's pretty weird that they're just cold. So yeah, he is part Icewing, but his sister is more Icewing. So basically, Arctic is running away with his a whiteout. I could not remember her name, and Darkstalker has to go find him and everything, because he's gonna go back to the Icewing Kingdom, and he's just like, I let you live. There's no way to kill you. I'm sure if I tried hard enough, there'd be a way to kill you, but I have to go back. I'm gonna make your sister here is gonna be forced to marry an Icewing, and obviously something's wrong because Arctic put an enchantment on her to. Yeesh, I don't like this. Where she's just like, yeah, I want to go to the Icewings. I want to do this, and yeah, I didn't like that. And it gets worse. Because he starts writing stuff down in front of Arctic and everything, and Arctic's just like, what the hell are you doing? Then suddenly everything just goes like crazy. Like, he just, like, stops, and Darkstalker's just like, stop talking. What he wrote down is, have Arctic the Icewing obey my every command. Oh my god. Yo, this shit gets crazy because he makes him free his sister and everything, which I thought was kind of a cool thing. He's just like, yeah, I've saved the day. I'm just like, yeah, you saved your sister. I give you, I got respect for you, man. You did that. But whoo, boy, what he does next. Oh man, he makes them all fly back to the kingdom and everything, and I talked about this before, but I didn't go into full detail. He makes Arctic start talking. He's just like, tell them all what you were planning to do. And he's basically saying that he's going to screw them all over. They're all going to die because he was going to send them, a detailed map of where to attack and everything. And all the Icewings were going to attack and kill everyone. And he's just like, now say that you've wished that you've been you would have been a better father. Oh my god, dude. This motherfucker's a savage, dude. He's just like, yeah, I wish I was because I would have killed you. I think I realized that I've done an oopsie here. And he's just like, cut out your tongue. Yo. This is the scariest concept I think I've ever heard of. I've read so much scary things in my time. Like, I've read so many scary stories. I've watched scary movies and everything. I don't think I've ever... What used to scare me the most, like what I used to think was the most horrifying concept, is something living inside of you. Like, the chest burster from Alien? That to me used to be the scariest concept in my opinion. Something living inside you that's gonna burst out. That used to scare the shit out of me. Now, this is what scares me. Imagine your body being disobedient. How you can move your arms, your legs, everything. Just not doing what the hell you wanted it to do. And you're fully conscious the entire time. No matter what happens, you can't do anything. Like, you're stuck inside your body and there's nothing you can do. This is the scariest thing I think I've ever read in my entire life. And he's just like, now, take your talons and cut yourself open and show everyone what you look like on the inside. I was like, oh no, because he gathered a whole crowd of Nightwings to watch this. Oh my god, dude. Darkstalker has no chill. I forgot to mention that I thought that Arctic was the only dragon he killed, because he mentioned in book 6, he's just like, I killed one dragon, okay, and it was my dad. And I thought, this is the truth. This is not the truth because of what he did in his scroll. So Fathom discovered that he wrote in invisible ink a bunch of other enchantments, which he describes as Darkstalker's handwriting being sloppy, and that hits home with me. Mine is too. And but his seemed to get angrier and more aggressive looking. But one of the enchantments was to kill an Icewing every night with a dagger. A dagger would kill an Icewing every night and write a message saying that the Darkstalker is coming for you. This is where the legend built up. Think about it. All the Nightwings just watched this really powerful dragon just make a dragon kill himself in front of everyone. Now, the Icewings have this problem to deal with as well, where every single night for a year, an Icewing is going to get killed, and a message is going to be written out next to the body saying that, well, Darkstalker is coming for you. This is where that big legend built up, that he's just this killer, this unstoppable evil force that everyone is afraid of. Granted, I think you could probably talk him down from killing you, if he was mad at you. I think you probably could talk him down, but holy shit, I did not see this coming either, that he made that spell where I'm like, this is why the Ice Wings are so afraid of him, because he's just like, he became this legend that suddenly just disappeared. Which, by the way, the ending of this book, I think that's probably the saddest moment in this book, is the ending with Clearsight's perspective and Darkstalker's perspective, because Fathom left, he enchanted a bracelet to do something to Darkstalker, because Darkstalker can't be killed. And at first, when I heard the concept that Darkstalker can't be killed, I thought it's just like, oh, you know, he's going to be an overpowered character and everything, but surprisingly, no. He's actually handled pretty well for a character that can't die. Clearsight's talking to him, saying that the mountain's going to, you know, crumble eventually from an earthquake. It won't be the highest mountain anymore. Jade Mountain will be, which we know what Jade Mountain is now. And she puts a bracelet on him, and that makes Darkstalker go to sleep forever. He's not dead. He can't be killed. So this is what happened to him. Clearsight put him into the mountain, and she put some boulders so that no one would find him. And that's how this book basically ends. And she starts talking about like how, this is the part that got me, when she's just like, she wanted to go back there and stay with him, even though everything that had happened, she didn't want to do this. I was just like, this is the part that I think could make me cry, where she starts saying like, there's so many possibilities, so many futures, but none of them are going to come true because, you know, we never had kids. And they always talked about how they were going to name their kids, and that one of them was going to be named Foe Slayer after his mom and everything. And it was just such a cute thing. But everything went wrong. And I think the craziest part is that you're in Darkstalker's perspective some of the times, and what he's doing, he doesn't see anything wrong with it. So you're going along with what he's doing, even though you know it's not good. But to him, everything he's doing, he thinks is good. And he always says to Clearsight, he's just like, it's not gonna happen to me. I'm not gonna go crazy and everything. Look, I'm still me. You're seeing the Darkstalker from the future. That's all from a different future, that I did turn into this crazy, power-hungry person. But look at me now. I'm not that person right now. Focus on me right now. That's one of the big things that he did with her, that he made all those future visions go away. I don't know. I really like this book. In case you can't tell, have I been droning on and on about this? I really liked it. I really had to push myself to do it, like I said before, because the Scarlet thing really screwed with me. I was just like, I don't even know if I can continue now. I mean, I love all the characters and everything. I love Kibble. I love Winter. I love Moon. I love everyone except for Peril and except for Ruby. And I don't know if I want to continue now, but I'm glad that I did. I'm glad that this kind of got me back into it. Because I think that if I didn't start this one, I was going to go on a long hiatus with the series, because that hurt me. Now moving on to book 9. I'm going to end the video. Moving on to book 9, called The Talons of Power, which actually I should go get it real quick. I was told specifically not to read this book before reading this book. So this one, out of the way. Oh shit, I'm so sorry, Darkstalker. I did not mean to do that. That one's out of the way, and now we're moving on to The Talons of Power. This is book 9. Really, 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 really hoping that Ruby and Cliff never come back in the series. I never want to read about them ever again in my lifetime. I've never been more happy to read the epilogue page in my entire life after that book. I've never been so happy to see that. But, yeah. Up next, I'm going to have a review of Wings of Fire Book 2 and the graphic novel side to side. I was going to do Book 2 by itself, but I think having the graphic novel with it will be really cool. So when that comes, I'll see you guys then. Hope you guys enjoyed.